Hey everybody, welcome back to Disassembled, the official podcast of the BGCP, where we have comic news, interviews, and reviews. I am your host, Ian, and we have a large cast of characters with us today. You're going to see why that's relevant in a bit here, because we're going to be talking about fan casting for X-Men, or the Mutants, in the MCU. So joining me in this exciting discussion of mutant matters is our favorite angry, bald, bearded man, Alan.
Bless up.
We have lovely Daniel with a lovely new haircut.
I can move a bit now. I feel pure aerodynamic. Brilliant.
Yes, I know the feeling. I too got a haircut, not to toot my own horn too much. And of course, joining me from our main podcast that you've probably just listened or recently listened to, we have Massimo and Bethany.
Hi guys.
Hello.
I hope you don't mind me grouping you two together. You're on the same mic and the same camera, so just I don't know, man. So what we're gonna do today is, obviously we all know that the mutants are coming in the MCU. Whether it's in a year, 2 years, 3 years, we don't quite know when, but hints are starting to drop. People had crazy theories with WandaVision. You know, Madripoor is in the Sam and Bucky Power Hour, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's a mouthful, I'm telling you. So we put the call out. You know, what do people think should be the casting for mutants in the MCU? And of course, our my co-hosts here came up with their own list of casting as well. I'm terrible at this. I've always been terrible at fan casting things. Like, I don't remember actors' name and faces on command. I'm really bad at it. If you mention an actor and you're like, they were in this, this, and that, I'll be like, what, who? Until you show me their face. So I'm mostly just going to be shepherding things along here, but don't worry, we've got 4 other people. I think we're going to get plenty of ideas. I kind of want to just kick off, though, by us going through some of the fan suggestions that we got on Facebook.
Yeah, so I've currently got both the posts up. One from our big boss man Ian, who shared it to his own personal page and has got
different
some,
Ian, important to note.
Sorry, yeah, the Scottish Ian.
I am not
who has some
big boss
interesting
man.
opinions. And we also have your little boss man, you're the postman. We also have from the BGCP Disassembled podcast Facebook group, which you should join if you're not a part of.
Oh, by the way, subscribe to the YouTubes and hit the like button and smash that bell.
Subscribe, smash it all so we can
smash it like the Hulk.
Exactly, Hulk smash.
Hulk smash bell.
We have some interesting fan opinions of who should be appearing in the MCU. One of the kind of main ones that I've seen, or kind of interesting ones that I can see that might be a bit problematic now, is the idea of Arnie Hammer as Cyclops from Jermaine Hall.
That one makes me do a cringe with my face.
He even says, got problems, but, you know, who could replace him?
6 months ago, maybe, but not now.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
There's another one here as well from Stevie J. Murray, talking about, of course, everyone's favourite Canuck, Canadian, Wolverine, saying that Logan Marshall Green would be my pick for Logan all day long. I don't know
Do you think they did that just because they share a name?
Have you seen Upgrade?
Yes.
Honestly,
Upgrade.
I have to look this guy up because, again, I don't recognize.
He's really good. He was in another TV show called Damnation. It was a kind of western, and he was good in that too. Good actor.
He kind of looks like Tom Hardy.
He did a TV show called Quarry, which is really good as well. He's great in everything. Yeah. Prometheus.
He looks like Tom Hardy if Tom Hardy had more of like a model face.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
Upgrade came out and it was about this entity taking over this guy's body and making him do stuff, and he looked like Tom Hardy. And then like a month later, Venom came out, and it was like, that was weird. A weird like
it's coincidence.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that Tom Hardy was Venom.
Upgrade's better than Venom for the record.
which we can talk about later when we get on to our possible Wolverine castings. Here's one that we might not talk about, but something that's kind of interesting that I kind of like his casting is Robert Sheen as Nightcrawler, who is in Umbrella Academy and in the UK is known for Misfits.
Yeah.
I think it could be quite fun.
Jermaine Hall suggested that, and he
Yep.
also put a picture of him in the post, and I could definitely see it. I could see, just looking at that guy's face, he's got a kind face. I could see him as Kurt.
Definitely work. We also have as well. Here's an interesting one, and this is a twofer, and her name is Kirsty. Is it Fanchi? I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not messing up her last name. But she said that Carl Urban for Wolverine, but also Miley Cyrus for Rogue.
So we kind of talked about this off camera, and I'll be a little bit nicer about it here, but Miley Cyrus's speaking voice these days is not the best, so I don't know if that would work.
I wouldn't.
You could do a kind of singing in the rain style thing though, where like Miley Cyrus is the face and someone else does the voice.
Just get Anna Paquin to dub over
Singing
her.
in the rain was too old.
Anna Paquin was a bit too soft though for Rogue. I always thought at least Miley Cyrus has got a wee bit of an edge about her. I mean, I feel like Rogue should have a slight edge to her.
And visually, I could definitely see Miley Cyrus. The voice throws me off these days. I can't picture it in my brain ear.
She could also do the theme tune.
That's true. She could just sing. Will Smith
it.
Jermaine Hall actually had a couple of suggestions here, along with Robert Sheehan as Nightcrawler. He also suggested Jodie Turner-Smith as Storm, who is another actress that I don't recognize from anything, but he posted the picture, and I could definitely see it.
Have you seen Queen and Slim?
Nope.
Oh, good movie. She was the Queen in that, and she was in something recently. Oh, what was it? I don't know. I was watching something recently. But she's a good actress. I think she was a model, and she's now an actress, but she's actually surprisingly good. She was in a trailer for something recently too.
Let's be super honest here. Halle Berry is not like a high bar to beat for Storm. So.
And whoever they had playing her in X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yes. I'd
have kept her. Like,
that was all right. I want to see, I'd love to see. I would love to see them do Mohawk Storm.
Yeah, they did it.
Oh, they did that?
They did that in
the
Forgettable one, yeah.
But, like, do it better. Do it but good, is my point.
Do it again, but make it memorable.
Jermaine Hall also suggested Karen Gillan as Jean Grey. Obviously, that can only be a fantasy because she's already Nebula, so...
Yeah. So,
good pick, but not possible.
I don't like it.
I think the main one, and this is probably kind of the, although there was several fan questions, kind of the main one that kind of wasn't an overlap was Mitch Cyrus said that Xavier, this is a controversial pick he thinks, would be, is it Colin Salmon?
I really like that actually.
Xavier.
He was in Punisher Warzone, which is not a good movie.
Centre forward for Hearts and Kilmarnock back in the day as well.
He definitely. First of
all,
Connor Salmon. Look at his face. Like, he has the look. 100%.
That might could play Xavier.
He could do that kind of contemplative kind of dad thing as well. So
yes, and if he's calling it controversial because we'd have a black Professor X, I'm into it. He looks the part, 100%. He's bald. He has a stern face. He's got intense eyebrows. Let's do this.
That's great.
I think, honestly, of all the suggestions so far from the listeners, I like that one the best. That's my favorite. I want that.
I think kind of most of them, other than that, are kind of... Well, here's one that also was kind of a pipe dream as well, was John Bernthal as Wolverine, but as we already know, he's technically already the Punisher.
Yes.
I prefer him as Frank Castle, personally, so...
Yeah, I would prefer... I could see it, especially the picture that, again, that's another Jermaine post. The picture he posted, he's got like a big beard and he's got big hair, and like I could see it, but I'd rather he come back as Frank Castle.
Oh man, such a good Punisher.
We'll never get that on Disney Plus. Well, maybe. That's a discussion for a different time.
So maybe.
That's a discussion for a different time.
I know, obviously I don't want to run too long with fan suggestions, but this has got to be my favourite one, and it's from one of the admins of the site, and it's Danny DeVito as the Wolverine.
That was me.
Yes. No, let's do another Old Man Logan movie, but this time he's even older Man Logan.
Look, he has to be short. We figured this out. He has to be comic accurate.
And I know
It's a really good sign that so far Danny DeVito is only the fourth fan suggestion that I've recognised. The rest of them are complete blanks.
in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, his hair gets longer every season, so he's already got. You could just easily just gel that into a V shape, and you're there. Like, yeah, 100%.
So I started snick bubbin.
I'm the Wolverine.
I'm the Wolverine. Logan just comes out of a couch,
I just want to be
sweaty
pure.
and naked.
Sorry, I dropped my Magnum condom. Just in front
It's
of Jean
always
Grey.
sunny in Westchester. Yeah.
So is that all the fan ones?
I believe that's the bad ones wrapped up
Was
for the most part.
there... Michael Lennox mentioned Jake Gyllenhaal and Jason Momoa, but he didn't say for who?
I
Gyllenhaal's
also
already
think that
Gyllenhaal's already Mysterio.
Momoa probably is not going to be. It's going to stay Aquaman.
Right. So those are pretty
Most
unlikely.
likely.
I mean... I
Momoa
don't-
for Craven the Hunter.
Oh, I
That's
could... It's not X-Men, but yeah, I could see that. I could see
Yeah.
Momoa as Kraven.
Keep him for Craven.
It's a good one.
I think if he wasn't... Okay, let's pretend it's a universe where Spider-Man Far From Home doesn't exist. Who do you cast Jake Gyllenhaal as? My first thought was Cyclops, but I think he's a little too soft in the face. He's too nice. Maybe he's just nice enough. I don't know.
I mean, he's played a villain. You could go Magneto.
Magneto would be an interesting one, yeah.
That would...
That'd be
Jake
different.
Gyllenhaal as Magneto. That... Huh. Okay. All right. Yeah. I didn't think of that. That'd be interesting.
Watch Nightcrawler and see how intense he is.
Yeah.
He's just playing Nightcrawler. Fuck it.
For both
Make him-
versions.
It's a different Nightcrawler. Yeah, I mean, otherwise that's most of the fan castings. I know some people have talked about Daniel Radcliffe for Wolverine, which I
couldn't see it, man.
I grew up on Harry Potter.
It's bold. It's different. I would watch
Yeah,
it.
so would I.
I could
don't
see
hate
him. I could see him as someone else in the MCU, but I couldn't see him as Wolverine.
I can't divorce the Harry Potter connection. That's just
The
too
blob.
much of my childhood.
I actually
It
think
would-
Radcliffe's done a really good job of kind of getting away from that, personally, when you watch his other stuff. Better than the other
No,
two,
like,
do you know what I mean? In my
Yeah.
opinion.
He
I think
did,
he's-
but I would just personally I would still have a hard time what's his name?
What they should do, just to really noise up J.K. Rowling, is cast Daniel Radcliffe as a trans man. Like just
Just
to
to rile
bam
the
her
feathers.
right up.
Zac Efron as I noticed he's in this image of possible Wolverines, but honestly, Zac Efron as Cyclops. How would you guys feel about that?
He's maybe I know Cyclops can be
Yeah.
cocky, but he's maybe a bit too cocky. We spoke about last week having him for Johnny Storm and the Fantastic
I was
Four.
saying Human Torch.
Yes,
I
I
think that
remember
was
that.
worked better, personally.
Yeah. Well,
That's just me.
I mean, that does cover most of the fan castings. Let's get into your guys' pick. What we're going to do is we're going to go down and we are going to cover... We might have a couple of bonus characters if people have good suggestions, but for the most part, we're going to do the original 5, which is Cyclops, Beast, Jean Grey, Angel, and Iceman. Professor X and Magneto, and of course Wolverine, because you can't leave him out. Maybe Storm as well, if some people have some suggestions for that. Maybe Rogue. But I think those are the main ones we're going to go over, just in the interest of time. So let's start off with since we were talking about Ari, let's start with Cyclops. How do you guys feel about Cyclops? Who would you pick? Let's start with Massimo.
So I have kind of 2 or 3 options, and these kind of all relate to if they were to bring Cyclops in as an established hero, maybe a bit older, or if they had him as a younger hero. And my thing would be you'd have, and this is maybe a controversial, Scott Eastwood as Cyclops,
Oh, I can see
because I
that.
think a lot of people have cast him as Wolverine, but I feel like he could work as, like, if he clean shaven and stuff like that, could
I
really
think he's
be a
got the
good.
face for it.
He's a bit too tall for
Yeah.
Wolverine, so Cyclops makes more
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget that Hugh Jackman's like 6'2".
Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
fine one time, but this time I want somebody. All my picks are
Exactly, short,
under 6 foot.
stocky, yeah, short. Well, I think he'd be great. I've seen him in a few things. And I think he would be fantastic. Personally, for me, I know he's a bit hit or miss sometimes, but he knows how to play a soldier, and I feel like that's part of Cyclops' nature that a lot of people forget about. That he's a bit cold and calculated as a tactician.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he could work. For like young Cyclops, I picked, and this is a bit another controversial one, is Joe Kearney from Stranger Things, Steve
Okay.
Harrington, who could
Okay.
play a younger version of the character.
My other half Courtney suggested that, and I said I think he'd be a better Gambit. Was my response.
I've got an interesting Gambit one. I don't know how people feel about it. If we ever get onto Gambit, I've got an interesting one.
You may as well throw it out there because I don't think everyone's gonna have a Gambit pick.
I've got a few Gambits.
Dave Franco.
Hmm.
Dave Franco is Gambit, in my opinion. I don't know. I think the Now You See Me thing shows that he's good with cards.
Interesting. I could kind of see that.
Yeah.
I could see that a little bit.
That's kind of my basis. And then
He's got kind of
as
a
like
goofy
middle
face,
ground-
but like I would take him over Channing Tatum.
yeah, like a kind of middle ground between the two for me that I kind of picked that could maybe play an older or younger version is Tara Edgerton
Mm-hmm.
I've got him.
Yeah.
as Cyclops. Just because I feel like people have been casting him as Wolverine,
I've
but
got
he
him
would
as well.
be so much better suited to play Cyclops instead.
Everyone wants everyone to play Wolverine. Like we need some diversity in the casting here.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Alan, what about you for Cyclops?
Okay, I've got two as well, but I didn't manage to get young and old because
Massimo's an
like I said,
insane
it was getting
person.
kinda
That's all
bored
right.
doing it because I'm
Yeah.
not great at this either.
I just went for full throttle.
Yeah.
You just gave yourself an extra.
The two that I've got are Luke Evans because I like Luke Evans and I think he could pull it
You
off.
do it.
But my other one, which I might be influenced by, I've watched a few things with him in recently, and I've really enjoyed them. Stephen Yeun, Invincible, Walking Dead, Stephen Yeun. I just thought I really like him, and he's definitely leading man material these days. Like he's not the sidekick.
As Cyclops, though.
He's not exactly tall. Yeah. Oh no, like I think he'd be great. Have you seen what was the most recent film that he did that's getting all the kind of Oscar nominations and whatnot?
He is really
He's brilliant,
really
isn't it?
good. I'm trying to imagine him acting the kind of Cyclops persona.
I don't know if he has the leadership, the authority. I don't know if he has that.
I don't think so. I feel like he would work really
To
well
be
as like a
fair,
kind of
it's
secondary
acting
leader.
in it, so
That's fair. I mean, I would watch
I'd
it.
watch it. That's just me though.
I would probably.
I've probably been influenced because I've been watching Invincible and what the hell is the name of the film? The one that he was just in? Anybody? Begins with an M.
I do not remember.
No?
Um,
It's so good. But,
Is that the foreign language one that he's in?
Yeah, anyway.
That looks good. I've not watched it yet, but
well, I mean, it's mostly English. It's mostly English. It's got a little bit of Korean. Minari.
I think if I had to choose between the two, I think I would go with Luke Evans personally. I think he has more. He has a more commanding presence. But I would watch either of them. I think they're both good picks. Daniel.
That's all I had. Just those two.
well, I've kind of done a Massimo. I've got a bit of a range of ages. If we're going kind of like just in the middle, like maybe not an older version, not a younger version, I think Richard Madden from Game of Thrones and The Bodyguard and stuff.
He's already been cast, hasn't he?
Oh, he's in Immortals. He's in Immortals.
Eternals, yeah.
Eternals.
Eternals.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Eternals.
Okay, right, so not him. It's fine.
Here's one of my
I've
ones
given
as well.
6 backup ones. It's fine. Dan Stevens, who was in Legion, and
Oh,
other stuff. I
Yeah.
can see him as Cyclops. He can buff up, and he's got that kind of authoritative. So he played a soldier in that movie, The Guest, an ex-soldier. I can see Dan Stevens.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
And
definitely to
another
be
one I've
heebie-jeebies
got,
like a
I don't know if you have watched that McMafia. I watched one episode and didn't love it, but the main guy in that, James Norton, could also see him. I don't know why I'm going British for some reason, but I could also see him as Cyclops.
It's because British actors are better than American actors, and I say that as an American.
I do have a few Americans as well. This is a bit of a weird one, and I don't know if people are going to like it. But Anthony Ramos he was in Hamilton, and he is in the Heights, the other musical movie that's coming out next year, and he's in A Star Is Born. He's like our drag queen pal for that. I don't know. I just think he's got something about him. Again, I don't know if he's a bit young, and I don't know if he can do the whole leader thing. But yeah.
I mean, I think with Cyclops, if you can build into leaders the things, that's why I kind of picked Joe Kearney. Like, if a character that can become that,
yeah,
it's kind of important.
I mean, they've done that with Tom Holland, I guess. The other one I've got, the last Cyclops one I've got, is Oliver Jackson Cohen, who was the husband in The Invisible Man, the psychopath husband that was chasing her, and he's in Hot in the Hill House. He's the youngest brother.
Oh, yeah.
I've got him for someone else.
I don't think he'd be a terrible Cyclops, either. Probably him or Dan Stevens would be my two picks.
Could see it. Let's go to the next kind of big one that we would see is Jean Grey. Massimo, who would you? And let's kind of, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, we're a little bit rambling, so let's narrow it down to just our top pick. Massimo, who would you do for Jean Grey?
Top pick, probably. Oh God, I've had a weird one because I've got the character that could fit two, and I think Saoirse Ronan.
That's what I've got.
Really, really good as Jean Grey.
We've got a crossover.
I've also got another cat. I've also got another cat. I've also maybe got hers, maybe Emma Frost. Emma Frost, sorry, not Emma Fox. But yeah, no, probably that. Yeah.
Let's go with top pick, so Massimo gives us all of his picks.
Well, no, the only reason why is literally just because I thought if we're not talking about Emma Frost, she's my other kind of thing. But yeah, Saoirse Ronan probably top because she could play younger or older. And
I can see that. Alan, what about you?
Saoirse Ronan, but I don't know.
Was that your pick?
Well, I had Saoirse Ronan, but Amy Adams was my kind of other one. Amy Adams, I know she's older, but she looks amazing and she's a really good actor. So that was my other one. But Saoirse Ronan was my main pick. So
yeah,
good shout.
I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't see. Whatever. I just have a hard time envisioning Amy Adams playing that character for some reason.
You're not a fan of Amy Adams, are you?
I don't. I like her when she's playing a character that fits her, but I feel like
yeah. I liked her in Arrival. I thought she was good.
She was great in Arrival. Yes, 100%. Daniel, what about you? Jean Grey.
She's great at everything. You're both wrong.
One name for Jean Grey.
I usually am.
I'm going to go Annabelle Wallis, who was in Peaky Blinders, and she was in The Mummy. She was the female in The Mummy. She's a blonde actress. She's good. And she was in
I know who you're talking about.
I think she was in the last Mission Impossible movie as well.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was the mummy in the terrible Mummy reboot, which not her fault.
No, that was Sophia Boutella. She was she was like the female scientist that was helping Tom Cruise. I don't know. Like
yes.
Half an hour, but
okay, I know who you're talking about.
She's Kelly Murphy's. See the Irish girl that's Kelly Murphy's like girlfriend in Peaky Blinders.
Yes. Okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I could see that.
She'd be my pick.
We're all just we're just basically looking at like, all right, who's a good redhead to play.
Well, that's why I went. I was like Amy Adams and all these other redheads, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go somebody different. I'm gonna go somebody blonde.
That's fair. Beast. I think Beast is an interesting one because to a certain extent, what the person looks like, depending on what version of Beast you choose to use, doesn't matter that much.
Mm-hmm.
So Massimo, Beast.
Oh, Joel Edgerton. Straight up.
Yeah, I could see it. I like that one.
Yeah, just immediately out the gate.
Confident.
I've also got him.
Really? What about you, Alan?
I went Nicholas Hoult again because I quite enjoyed him in the other films, and he's a good actor. So I was like I said, I was getting bored doing this. So I was like,
so you're voting on the side of don't recast. So I mean I think with Dan and Massimo and me agreeing, if we had to recast Beast, it sounds like Joel Edgerton, whatever.
I've got a few others. I put down Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I also put down Jeffrey Wright. which again he's a bit older. If we're going for another older beast, I think Jeffrey Wright could be a shout. I mean, the guy's a brilliant actor.
I can see that. I really like the Joel Edgerton casting.
He'd be great. Yeah.
I think if you have like a mentor figure beast, it's a little bit older than all the other mutants.
That makes more sense than having them around the same age as them. I feel like
well,
just kind
that's the thing. I don't really care what age Beast is, but I think him and Xavier have to be roughly the same age because they kind of came up together and they're kind of peers. Like those two more than any of the rest of them are kind of peers, I think. So
yeah,
I like they two being roughly the same age.
No.
Just bring Kelsey Grammer back. I mean, whatever.
No. Beast is the same kind of age as Cyclops and Marvel Girl and Angel.
Well, new continuity, he's older.
Depends on the
Everything
comic.
else is...
He's new continuity, he's old, aren't they? Like in the newest one, because
If you're talking about...
they
Yeah, I
brought
mean,
back
it
all
really
the
depends on
villains.
like. There's a very good possibility that the MCU will do a similar thing to what they've done in the past and adopt some pieces of the Ultimate continuity. In which case, Beast is about the same age as the other mutants, the other newer inductees.
Yeah.
But if it was an older Beast, yeah, Joel, 100%. That's great. Who's next here? Do we have some choices for Angel? I know he's not
Yes.
really like a beloved X-Men as much these days, but
I've got a few.
okay. Let's go in the same order. Massimo, do you have anyone for Angel?
I kind of missed Angel a little bit, but I'm trying to think of someone who's a blonde pretty boy.
Right,
That's
that's the hard part. Maybe Zac Efron for Angel.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, but maybe because he has the range, he could easily do that.
Just bleach
And
his hair. It's fine.
maybe I think at a push, and this is a weird one. Maybe Jensen Ackles is a really buff blonde.
I would
Angel.
actually cast Jensen Ackles as Cyclops.
Ooh,
Wouldn't hate that either. Sure.
yeah.
I think he's got the look, and I think he's got the presence.
Very good.
Also, he's Batman.
Yeah, he is.
See our previous full episode for more on that. Alan, Angel, thoughts?
I went with Oliver Jackson Cohen, that was mentioned earlier on for Cyclops,
Yep.
I think,
Yep.
or Beast, I can't remember. But yeah, Haunting of Hill House and a bunch of other stuff. He's really good. He just looks regal to me, like or money
Right.
more than regal. So yeah, he could be Warren Worthington the third as far as I'm
That is a
concerned.
very
Yeah,
man. That what a I have money kind of name. I feel like only rich people like name their kids after themselves for like multiple generations deep.
And Eminem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's arguably rich now, so
The exception.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously someone in the past saw that
He
coming.
became wealthy with his sick rhymes, bro. Daniel, Angel, anyone for Angel?
For Angel, I've got Jamie Dornan. Clean
Okay.
shaven.
Ooh.
Jamie Dornan, dyes hair blonde.
could-
I've got two. I've got Jamie Dornan, or I've got Jesse Williams, who was in Detroit Become Human. He was the android.
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, that maybe I'd maybe put him as more some like another cat, like Nightcrawler, maybe or something like that. That skinny white guy kind of thing.
But you know, either one of them for Angel, I think.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah. No, I think either that. Man, those are some. Angel's a tough one to pick, just because. I mean, he's not that well known among like mainline, kind of casual X-Men viewers. Like people who've seen the movies, like you really only see Angel in, like what, The Last Stand, and does he show up in Apocalypse?
I think so. He's got metal wings in Apocalypse.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
it's
he's
the boy
Archangel,
feature.
isn't
It's the boy that played Roger Taylor in Bohemian Rhapsody. That played him in Apocalypse.
Yeah, so it's harder to nail. It's even harder for me to nail him down because I know who Angel is. I know the whole Archangel thing, but like I'm not super familiar with him. Gosh, who is left? Iceman. Do we have an Iceman?
I have a nice one, and I know we didn't say two, but I think these are really two strong choices, and I'll be very quick. And it's Nick Robinson from Love, Simon,
Okay.
who I think can be really good.
Mhm.
And then if you're looking for a character who I think, or an actor who is obviously, because Iceman's part of the LGBTQ plus community in
Yes.
the comics. Kieran Lonsdale, who played Kid Flash, and is also in
Yeah,
Love Simon
I
as
could
well.
see that.
But as Iceman, just like a really kind of charismatic.
I could definitely see him as Bobby Drake.
Yeah.
He's got the right. You're right. He's got kind of a swagger to him. Like he could. Okay. I like that. Alan, with the rosy cheeks.
Me? You's all cut out there, sorry. Tyron Eggerton. I went for Tyron Eggerton.
Okay.
You's all cut out there just because Tyron Eggerton, he's kind of boyish looking, and I think he could play like the young kind of boyish X-Men. I think he's good. Like
He
the
can play
young
anyone at
member
this
of the
rate.
X-Men.
Like he's got.
Yeah, I'm not good at this either. Yeah, I'm
I
not
could
good at this either.
definitely. I could see that. He definitely has. I think he has a look that could work for Iceman. I think you could interchangeably. I think he could also be a Johnny Storm.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's got that. He has a very well. If you see him with a little facial hair peppered on him, he doesn't look as young. But if he's clean shaven, yeah, he's definitely got like a boyish look to him. And Daniel, what are your thoughts on Bobby Drake?
I have got Milo Ventimiglia from Heroes, and he's Rocky's son, and Rocky Balboa, and he's in This Is Us just now.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. That was my pick. And Courtney chipped in on this one. She said Paul Westwood, who was the dude for Vampire Diaries. There was like two brothers, and he was like the
It's your
Paul Goodman
boy,
one with the cool hair.
Westwood. Definitely Westwood. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, no, my pick was Milo Ventimiglia.
Okay. I think he would definitely work as like an older Iceman. I think that one would largely depend on if we're going for a younger cast or an older cast. I think he would go for, I would love him for an older Iceman. I'd love Taron Egerton for a younger Iceman. If I had to do the whole
I
generational
think since
split.
we're talking about like what kind of age range we're pitching them, I think you have to kind of, if you want to bring in New Mutants and other
Introduce
things, you
them
have to
kinda
have
younger.
like a mid range. Like
Yeah.
you can't be, well, not high school age, maybe like mid-20s, early 30s. They're maybe the teachers at
Yeah.
the academy or whatever. But if you want to bring in New Mutants or something a little bit later, like they can't be too young.
Try to bring in New
But
Mutants
you don't want to have them
again.
all like in their
Yeah.
50s.
Did anyone see that movie, by the way? New Mutants?
Yeah,
Still not seen it.
yeah.
Yeah, me either.
It's not
Kind
good.
of forgot it existed.
Like I love a lot of different parts of it, but overall it's not.
It's a big
good.
it's a big bear, right?
The girl from Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Demon Bear Saga is a great story, man. So they didn't go wrong with that. It was just it's worse than the sum of its parts. It's not
That's
good.
unfortunate. That movie had
I'm
a lot
glad
of
it's
challenges,
done.
I would say.
Yeah.
Well, that covers our 05, I think. We did Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, and Angel. Wolverine, Logan, Patch, Weapon X.
Let's fill in
James
our-
Howlett. I think I've covered all his names now.
Yeah. See, I mean, everyone's got their obvious. Everyone has the obvious pick, right?
Who's
And
the obvious-
everyone's going to say.
Who's the obvious pick?
I think for people always think Tom Hardy, right? Because I know obviously he's Venom and stuff,
Yeah.
but people love to say that name, love to throw that name out there.
Also,
Yeah.
I want Tom Hardy not just because I love Tom Hardy, but also because I didn't like Venom. So if he's Wolverine, that means
Yeah.
Venom's no longer canon and doesn't matter. Like,
I like
But-
it's a
that.
win-win.
For me personally, I have a left field one, and I seem to be going for a lot of these actors who are kind of legacy actors who are
Hit me with
sons
your
of
left field.
actors. It's Milo Gibson, the son of Mel Gibson. He's only been in a few films. He's been in a few films here and there. You can look him up, look a photo of him up. I feel like he would be a decent Wolverine.
Is he crazy?
He looks like he's crazy.
Well, there you go. That's what you need.
Like, if you have a look at him, if you look him up,
I'm
he's
looking at him.
Gibson.
I could see it visually. Here's the real question. Okay, that's fine, but I'm in America, so I need to know how old he is in feet and inches. Trying to tell me how tall, how old he is? How
I think
tall
he's
he is.
5'9".
He's 5'9". All right.
We're in.
Yeah. So you want a short Wolverine looking dude who isn't a bad actor because I've seen one of the things he's in. And only upon researching it did I realise that was who he was related to.
As long as he's like less problematic than his dad, I'm into it.
Yes, he is.
Alan, what about?
I think everyone's less problematic than
I
his
won't
dad.
say everyone. Alan, what about you?
A lot of folks. I've got two, and I'll go through them real
Okay.
quick. Joaquin Phoenix for Wolverine,
Ooh,
just as like an older
that's a
version.
choice.
Well, like a
But
character
my
actor
main one,
looking
the one that I
Phoenix.
yeah, I thought it was, yeah. But I thought like this one is the one that I would love. This was the one that I would kill for. Would be Jamie Bell as Wolverine.
Ooh, I like that.
He's 5'7", and he's absolutely brilliant. So
I like that a lot.
I would love to see Jamie Bell.
I think that's really good. I love. He was one of the few parts of Fan Four Stick I liked. So if
Yeah.
we can't get him back as the Thing again, and I mean Marvel's not above recycling actors from non-canon projects. Obviously, we got Chris Evans as Captain America, so it's not like it couldn't happen. Daniel, what about you for good old smelly animal man with knives in his hands?
I've got a bunch, but I'll just give you like my top. He's already been in an X-Man film, but I think Oscar Isaac would be a phenomenal Wolverine. He already played a
He's going to be
Yeah,
Moon Knight.
he's gonna
Ah,
be Moon Knight.
You keep picking people
Disney
who
and
are
their popularity and the big actors. Right, okay. Fine, I've got name backups. So
Okay.
Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Okay. Everyone wants him to be Green Arrow, and I can kind of see it, but I could also
Yeah.
see him as Wolverine, and I mean different franchises. So
I've also got Toby Cable, who was also in Fantastic Four. Again, short, buff guy, dark hair. Can do
he's
the
a
whole
kind of weird face.
Really good actor.
thing.
He's got, are you saying he looks like he'd smell bad?
Well, yeah, in Fantastic Four he did anyway.
Well, yeah, because he was playing
mean,
like
that
a
was-
neck beard.
Yeah.
Rock and roller.
And he probably smelled bad in Planet of the Apes too, because he was a monkey. So, just saying.
So,
Got a theme.
well,
Got
you
a
know
theme
what?
running through his
You
characters.
take that back.
It's getting
Um,
offensive.
My third one is Joe Cole, who was the lead in the recent Gangs of London TV show, and he was the younger brother in Peaky Blinders.
Played for West Ham, Liverpool.
No, not that guy.
I can see that.
The other one. Yeah, I don't know. Again, short, dark hair.
Yeah.
And if you want a couple totally out of left field, I put Riz Ahmed.
Oh,
Or
that's an interesting one.
if you want to do Old Man Logan,
Yeah.
and you want to make
And
it
do-
weird, you could go with Eddie Marsan, who is the older brother in Ray Donovan, and he's in Sherlock Holmes and he's in tons of stuff. Imagine an Old Man
Yeah.
Logan with Eddie Marsan. I'd see that. He was a scientist
watch
and
that. I
a
mean-
Atomic Blonde and stuff.
I'm sure if they introduce Logan into the MCU, it's not going to be Old Man Logan.
No.
Like they're going to
No, it's
want.
not.
They're going to want. Marvel knows the money printing power of Wolverine.
Yeah.
They're going to want him around for a while. He's not going to be a one and done.
I think one pick, I would say Toby Cable. Personally.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I could see that. He was just so weird in Fantastic Four. It's hard for me to imagine him as Logan.
Nah,
But
he's
like
good
Alan
in everything,
said,
so-
acting. So, Professor X. So this is one I actually do have a pick for that will never happen, but I'd love to see it. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Sure.
Ooh,
That's
The
a good
guy,
shout,
he's
yeah.
as you said, he's never going to sign on to a franchise, but I would,
Nah.
yeah, that'd be interesting.
I think he has, or I would do an either or, X or Magneto. He might actually be better as Magneto. I might change my mind here. Because dude has intensity to him. Yeah, like Gangs in New York, man. Bill the Butcher.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
man, what a film.
And there would be blood, and yeah, he's
Yes.
really intense in a lot of
We'll
movies.
drink my milk drink.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, switch my Magneto. Daniel Day-Lewis for Magneto.
Sure.
But Professor X, Massimo, what do you got? Sorry.
That's fine. I have a few picks I'm just going to. First of all, Ralph Fiennes.
Okay.
Good old Voldemort
Okay.
himself. Feel like could maybe be a character who like could be quite an in-depth version of the character, kind of plays with being like a good mentor character, but also being a bit manipulative.
Professor X is a little bit of a scumbag when it comes. Yeah,
Yeah, can be.
like deep down.
Oh, 100%. Yep.
Yeah. I also had Marx Armstrong. Or Mark Strong. Is it Mark? The guy who was in Kingsman?
Yeah, Marx Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Strong, sorry. I've seen him in. Phenomenal. Could portray a Professor X that's a little bit more like brutalist, like kind of like very much like a school head rather than like meant. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Like he pushes his mutants.
He looks like if Grant Morrison had like more of a square jaw.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's posh enough. I mean,
I think
he can act, but yeah.
I think he could.
Yeah.
He could push enough.
I mean, it depends on the version of Professor X. Like, I feel like Ultimate Professor X isn't that posh.
True.
I don't even remember.
What about like Grant Morrison's version? From Imperial, X-Men Imperial, that one?
Yeah. Maybe. I could see it. I like that pick. I like Mark Strong. Alan, what about you?
Definitely.
What you got for me?
Yeah, I think three. I'm going to put them out quick. Daniel Craig, Shea Wiggum, or J.K. Simmons.
Well, J.K. Simmons, we know they can't do.
And I think Shea Wiggum.
I like that.
Oh, J.K. Simmons. J. Jonah Jameson, wasn't he?
Yep.
Right, so forget him.
Daniel Craig is an
Shea
interesting
Wiggum would be
choice.
my main pick.
That guy is phenomenal. He's never really been a leading role, but I could totally see that.
I don't think Daniel Craig would sign on to another franchise though. That's my only issue with that. It's just he's been Bond for so long that I feel like for him to sit in the chair of Professor X, it would literally kill him.
I just want to see what Daniel Craig looks like bald. Is really what it comes down to.
That'd be great.
He's almost bald in Logan Lucky.
That was my thinking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Okay. I'm trying
Who
to
are you
narrow
putting
this
in the
down.
chair?
I've got about 10 names here, but I'm just going to give you a few.
Please do.
Someone Massimo said Rafe Fiennes, but I said his brother Joseph Fiennes, who is in The Handmaid's Tale and other things. I could see him as Professor X.
What if one of them played
it's creepy
Professor
as hell,
X
isn't it?
and the
And
other
the other was
played
Magneto?
Magneto?
Yeah. There we go.
Man. Incredible.
Well, I was going to say Joseph Fiennes could do either. He could do like good or bad, I think. My other picks were Andrew Lincoln, Rick for The Walking Dead. He's English. Shave his head, slap him in a chair.
Could see
Again,
that.
he's kind of posh. He could
It's an
do
interesting
that.
choice.
The idea is shave an actor and put them in a turtleneck and a wheelchair and see what happens.
Who do we want to see bald?
Wheel him in.
That's the questions here. Whose head do we want to see shaved?
Well, am I going to space? What's happening? And the third name I put down was Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders.
Ooh.
Again, he's younger,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the guy can. Well, he's in his 40s. The guy can do anything.
Yeah,
I think he'd be a good villain.
He
He'd
would.
be a good X-Men villain.
I agree, but because he was already Scarecrow, I thought it might be better as a protagonist.
Yeah,
as
give him
an
some,
antagonist.
give him, and he's been Tommy in Peaky Blinders, so just give him some time to be a hero for once.
Yeah, that was my third one. If you want a kind of more controversial, unexpected one, Sterling K. Brown. Oh wait, no, can't. Sorry, take it back. Sterling K. Brown was Thingy's dad in Black Panther. Killmonger's dad. Yeah, forget about it. No, can't have him. They've
Cool.
used him already. So yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest here, I still think my favorite pick so far is that fan casting of Colin Salmon. I really like that idea.
But it's pretty good too.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I think that would be. He's an intense dude. I could definitely I can picture it in my mind. I could see him in the chair. I can see him doing little mind woobly woos.
He's also a good age. He's not too young, but he's not like Patrick Stewart old. He's just a nice age. I
He
think,
could
for
be
it.
40 or 60. It's hard
Yeah.
to tell, which is perfect.
The 8 timelessness you want from
I
Professor X.
kind of want a really rough Scottish one though, and he's just like, "Take me, my X-Men!" Like, just that would be hilarious, just once. But I mean, they're not.
I would just cast you in that role, Alan.
Yeah, you just shave your beard off and not even bearded Xavier. Bald on the
The crack
top,
pot
not on the
Xavier.
cheeks. It'd be like Alfred in the Batman Earth 1 books with a beard. And you're like, what? Alfred has a beard? I don't know about this. Let's talk about last but certainly not least, the master of magnetism, the man that flooded New York in a terrible story in the Ultimate Universe, Magneto.
So
Don't read Ultimatum, by the way. Don't do it.
So the first one I came up with, my immediate pick was Timothy Dalton, right? And I know he's not been on the screen for a while, but I think he's got the ability to be like a very like, gravitas actor and stuff like that. He could definitely portray a villain. But on closer inspection, some of them that I've come up with, sorry, Dan, what were you going to say?
You caught a wee sec for me. Was it Timothy Oliphant?
No, Timothy Dalton.
Dalton? Oh, okay.
Ex-Bond.
Okay,
Sorry, ex-Bond.
Sure. I'm
Dalton.
Timothy Oliphant was just in Mandalorian. No, Timothy. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton was a
also
great
in
villain in
Doom Patrol.
Chuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he could definitely play the villain role very well. Either that, if you're going for like an Magneto with an accent, because we kind of missed those, we don't really have one of them. Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
I've got him too.
Nice. Yeah.
And last but not least, settle out. If you want another character with an accent, the guy I can never say his name properly. The guy who played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. If you want kind of younger.
Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
That's what I've got.
Nikolai, yeah. Those are the kind of three
I've got him too.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the popular ones, but yeah, those three kind of
Clean sweep.
yeah would probably be the kind of top three if there was like a final process going down that I would pick. And Timothy Dalton, just because he's such an old actor, would be able to like if you had an older Professor X.
Magneto, Alan, go.
I also had Nicholas Coster-Waldau. Where's Waldo? I also had him because I like the accent.
Yeah.
But I've got two other ones I'll go quick. I have Clancy Brown.
Interesting.
Just because I love Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
I could see that.
And another dude from Haunting of Hill House and Game of Thrones. Is it Michael or Michelle? I'm not sure. Eastwood?
Yeah.
The Dutch dude?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would really like Mads Mikkelsen, but I really want him for Doctor Doom. But obviously they wasted him in Doctor Strange, so I can't have him, which is annoying. I'd like to see him play both Doctor Doom and Magneto. But
We can't just cast Mad Mikkelsen as
of
every
those
villain.
three, I would really like to see.
Why not?
Why not? Like, it's an actor, he can do
just
it.
a whole Mad Mikkelsen
Of those
MCU.
three, I really would like
Being
to
Mad
see
Mikkelsen.
Nicholas Where's Waldo.
Okay. I could see that. Daniel?
Okay. Zachary Quinto, if you're going for a younger Magneto, would absolutely nail it, I think.
Strong shout. Robot and
Yeah.
Invincible and Spock,
Good
obviously.
choice. He can do the whole kind of like impassive, morally ambiguous.
Emotionless, kind of cold.
Yeah.
Also played a supervillain as well in Heroes. He was Asylum.
Yeah.
And he can do emotion when he has to, because I mean, Magneto is a very passionate person. He
But that's
just-
the thing. He keeps a lot of his emotions guarded, and I feel like
Yes.
Zachary Quinto's very like that already, especially with Spock. You know, you've seen that
Definitely.
before, kind of hiding emotions. And
Absolutely.
if you want to go for an older one, and again, this has been thrown about, so this isn't kind of just mine, but Viggo Mortensen would.
Yeah,
I've seen
I've
absolutely
seen that
nail it.
thrown around. I think Boss Logic did a mock-up of that.
I would not hate that. I think
As close to Mad Mikkelsen as you can get.
So,
Yeah, he could look the part. I could see that.
That's a great shout, actually.
I like
Yeah.
that.
and my last pick, the only problem is he's a wee bit short, but Michael Sheen, who was just in Good Omens with David
Ooh,
Tennant.
yeah. I haven't seen Michael Sheen in anything for a while.
Again, so much range. He can play a villain. Again, the guy can do anything. I think he's phenomenal. He's a bit short. Like I feel like Viggo Mortensen and Zachary Quinto have got the kind of threatening presence about them. But I don't know if
Yeah.
Michael Sheen has. He's more of a kind of hide in the background scheming villain rather than
Yeah.
here I'm Magneto kind of thing. But
The thing is, though, short, tall, it doesn't matter. Have you seen Judge Dredd? And I mean Judge Dredd, not Dredd.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's my height, man, and he looks
Sure.
massive in that film, so they can
Yeah.
do it. Like,
I was going to say, see when Al, you were talking about Clancy Brown, I think Clancy Brown would be great to be the
Aye.
voice of Onslaught. If they
I
ever
mean,
decided to do
To be
that.
honest with you, I checked out of the comics when Onslaught was a thing, so
like,
I don't even really know anything about
The
it.
combination
much.
between... Yeah, it's not great. It's just like if they incorporated...
Oh no, I mean, like, I know he was the combination of Professor X and
so
Devito. I just
you
didn't
remember
read any of it.
Parallax?
I was like, nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that
bullshit.
except Professor X. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just like I read the first thing and I was like, no, I'm not reading comics anymore. For a
Yeah,
while.
and then the movies can have heroes reborn, and then we can all realize that was a poor decision. I do want to kind of wrap this up because this has gone, like, we're coming up on another hour here, so this is definitely going to be a separate upload from our main podcast. So probably when you're listening to this, we probably uploaded the main cast yesterday and upload this one today, whatever day that is, probably a Wednesday. I don't know. I can't tell the future. I'm not a fortune man. Does
Daniel
anyone
be
have
bored
any
edit
like
this week?
crazy left field character picks really quick before we wrap up?
I've got a few for Gambit, but if we're done, we're done.
Danny
Alright.
DeVito was everyone.
Danny DeVito is everyone. That sounds good.
Just every character.
I'd watch it.
Storm. We didn't do Storm.
You're out of left field pick for Gambit. Wasn't that
Oh, it's Dave Franco,
Dave Franco?
David
which I
Diggs.
don't know how people feel about him.
David
I-
Diggs from Snowpiercer.
Oh yeah,
He'd be a badass Gambit.
could see that. All right, well let's go ahead and close this up then, because we're at, let's see, we started recording and we're at like 53 minutes here. So thank you for joining us for this X-Men fan casting. I think we're all looking forward to the Mutants finally coming to the MCU. Of course, we appreciate our listeners chiming in with their ideas on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you drop us a line on either of those services. Let us know how you felt about my co-hosts' choices here. I'm sure we'll have another poll or something up over the week for everyone to chime in on. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that bell, do all that stuff that everyone on YouTube tells you to do. And join us again next week for more fun comic book shenanigans and me sounding like I've slept for about 5 hours, which I have.
Bye, guys.
Can't stop.
Bye.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Thank you for listening to Disassembled. You can find more news and reviews on BigGlasgowComicPage.com. And don't forget, you can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube as BGCP Comic Con. Make sure you also subscribe on your podcast provider of choice for new episodes every week.